Yo, what's up guys? Back for this Wednesday slate. Gonna be a quick video today. I already have the picks on the screen, but let's get right into it. Be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. If you want to join for baseball season long, you can visit the website dfsprocess.net. Have a big sale going on for baseball. We have a 10-game slate tonight, so let's get into it. I like Kyle Lowry at point guard. You know, DraftKings and everybody did not assume that Kawhi Leonard was going to miss again. So we're getting a big discount on all the Toronto guys, as Kyle Lowry is down to 7,200. It is a back-to-back, but still, without Kawhi Leonard this year, he's been a different player, although he hasn't shot the ball very well lately. He still has a lot of upside. He did have some 60-point games when Kawhi missed earlier this year, so he does have a big ceiling. In this spot against Indiana, I'm expecting a very close game. Toronto should still be able to hang with the Pacers, as you know, even without Kawhi Leonard, they've been great this year. So I have no concerns about a blowout or anything like that. Kyle Lowry's actually been a lot better on the road this year, averaging 6 more DraftKings points. So I don't know what you can make of that, but I'll take it as a benefit for us. So at 7,200, without Kawhi Leonard, he's just too cheap. Speaking of too cheap, Fred VanVleet was all over him last night. Gonna play him again. His price tag went down. But he's just going to play so many minutes. In close games, he's playing well over 30 minutes. In blowouts, he's going to play like mid-20s. But like I said, I'm expecting a close game here. VanVleet has a great floor in the mid-20s, upside through 40s. So he's another really solid play. If you don't want to pay up for Kyle Lowry, you can play VanVleet, or you can pair both of them like I'm going to. So VanVleet, 4,600, really cheap. Pascal Siakam, another guy that's really cheap. Just, he should be like 7,000 without Kawhi, but he's down to 6,200. He's a great rebounder. He's a great at driving to the rim. He's shooting well over 50% this year from the floor, which is crazy. He's shooting like mid 50%. He also can stretch out to the the 3-point arc. And in this spot against Indiana, I think he's just too cheap. Another guy that's just going to be a plug-and-play for me on the Toronto side. On the other side, I like Miles Turner. He's at 6,600, but Turner's starting to look like a great player lately after he got up to a very slow start. His price keeps coming down, even though he has a ton of block upside and steal upside. He's averaging almost 3 blocks per game, which is 6 DraftKings points right there. On FanDuel, that's 9 points, so that's a big advantage on FanDuel, where you get 3 points for blocks and steals. So he has a ton of upside just because he can rack up those defensive stats. He's a great rebounder, and is starting to shoot the ball a lot better. Now he's over 50% from the floor. And another guy that can match up pretty well to Serge Ibaka, because he can shoot threes as well. He's been shooting threes at a very high clip, and he's been so much better at home this year. So I love Miles Turner on the other side. Serge Ibaka is the last guy in Toronto that I want to get a piece of. 5,900 is just too cheap for him. It is a back-to-back, like I said, but he only played 25 minutes as the game got kind of out of hand late. So he didn't have to play too much, and they knew it was going to be a back-to-back, so they didn't play their starters a ton. Like Ibaka only played 25 minutes. He should play in the 30s in this one. He's averaging over a point per minute, and without Kawhi Leonard, he has the highest DraftKings point per minute on the team. So he's averaging like 1.4 DraftKings points without Kawhi Leonard. Ton of upside. He still hasn't gotten it going on the blocks and steal department. Like, he hasn't had a big game in the defensive stats in a while, but Serge Ibaka has always been known to block shots. So if he has a big game like that, he can easily make value and crush value at this price. And finally, it looks like Jahlil Okafor is going to benefit a lot without Anthony Davis. Played 35 minutes, just looked outstanding against the Grizzlies. Looked like the first-round pick that everybody thought he was going to be coming out of Duke. But at 4,600, another good spot here against the Pistons. It's a good spot because the Pistons play 2 7-footers. Okafor should match up against Drummond if he goes, or Zaza's a guy that's going to play a lot of minutes, and he can match up easily to Zaza. So 4,600 has a ton of upside. Going to be pretty chalky, but the Pelicans do play tight rotation, and it looks like Okafor is going to be a big part of that without Anthony Davis. So that's what I like for this slate. Thanks for watching. Good luck today.